And Rick Scott says, oh, this is all just vindictive against Donald Trump. Marco Rubio talking about it's just a waste of time. This is just a waste of time. The same Marco Rubio who, by the way, was applauding the terrorists out in Texas that were running people off the road. The savages, maybe not terrorists, but the savages, the thugs who were running campaign workers off the road. Like this is some third world country. And Josh Hawley kicking back, doing correspondence in the gallery while we see an American tragedy unfolding piece by piece, bit by bit, in front of our very eyes. There are no words for people like Hawley and Cruz and Rubio and Rick Scott, who claim this is a waste of our time, claim that the Senate is being, quote, vindictive against President Trump. There are no words, but there will be a political judgment at the polls for them. This ends really badly for the party that's already lost the White House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. It really is. As shocking as these images are, those soulless political creatures' reaction to it may be just as shocking.
I had the same thought, Joe, when I heard some of those reactions. They sat through the same presentation that we all sat through and watched on television, except they lived through it. This called up memories for many of them. It showed them new video that perhaps they didn't realize how close they were to being in the line of these terrorists who stormed the building. And yet, as you said, many of them came out and effectively shrugged their shoulders at what they saw. If you actually watch this video, if you listen to the testimony, if you listen to the argument from the House managers and were not moved in some way, then something is so dead inside you that you're beyond repair. If you're Josh Hawley, making, obviously, an exhibition of himself by sitting up in the gallery to begin with. Look at me, I've got my feet up. He could be at his desk like everyone else. Or if after watching, you are Rick Scott and you come out and call the proceedings a, quote, complete waste of time, saying it's vindictive, and using this talking point of a false choice that we've heard, that we ought to be focused on the economy and getting the vaccine out to people and not confronting what happened on January 6th. If you are Lindsey Graham, who came out last night and said the presentation by House managers was, quote, offensive and absurd. He wasn't offended by what he saw in the video. He was offended by the presentation of the video from House managers. That's a tweet and a quote from Lindsey Graham. Offensive and absurd. You can't watch that presentation yesterday and not understand how close we were to something absolutely catastrophic for this country. You just can't. It's in the video. It's in new video we saw. You can't watch the video and not understand that Mitt Romney, the former nominee for president for the Republican Party, if not for Officer Eugene Goodman getting him to turn around, may not be here today. Here's that video. They killed a cop, right? So they killed someone they profess to support, Blue Lives Matter. What would they have done to the people they'd hate? People like Mitt Romney, who they'd been told was standing in the way of Donald Trump remaining in the White House. What would they have done if they'd found all those people? Thank God for those police.